All right, and we are live. Let me get a Diet Coke open here. All right, a quick reminder for those of you who chime into these after the fact, which is the vast majority of you, please click like down below. Please subscribe to my channel. Join my Orc Army channel memberships. Follow me on Facebook, on Instagram. Use my Amazon affiliate link. They are all down below. You guys know this already. And hopefully this fills up. There we go. Getting a few people in. Likes are coming up. There we go. All right, guys, get in here and let's get some questions, man. I only do these for 30 minutes and people wait way too long to get questions flowing. Let's get some questions. I'm just going to ban trolls. I'm not going to put up with them today. We don't need their nonsense. These people need to get a life. I'm really not that interesting, guys. Maybe, I don't know. I guess I am. I mean, if people want to obsess about me is their entire life, maybe I am interesting. I don't know. I drink Diet Coke and shave my head and lift weights. Do side laterals work the rear delts as well? Yes, absolutely. What is your least favorite and most favorite muscle to train? I don't think we should think of it that way, Luke. Luke, that is a good way to fail to reach your goals. It's a good way to fail to reach your goals. Although, let me think. I never train my calves. I have 18-inch calves, and I don't do any calf work ever because it seems kind of pointless to me. Calves are so genetic. I know there's data on that, talking about that. I'm very aware of what the research says. Calves are so genetic, and mine are going to be big no matter what I do. I'll have to train them. Favorite muscle to train? I'm going to go with triceps, though, because my triceps need to come up a lot. Right? I really, really need to bring my triceps up, so I'm going to make them my favorite. See how that works? Hey, coach, is seated overhead press worth rotating in to help? Maybe. I have a lot of guys do seated dumbbell. Believe it or not, I probably have, I don't know, 5 or 6 lifters right now in this current block who do seated dumbbell. I'm not big on seated barbell that much, to be honest. I'm freaking a barbell. I'd rather you do it standing. But I digress. Hi, Jason. Should tall guys with extremely long legs focus more on lower back? From personal experience, focusing on lower back, reduce lower back pain from squats and have direct carryover. Jerry, I'm going to drop most of your question and I'm going to re-answer it. I'm going to ask a shorter question. Hi, Jason. Should guys and girls, let's call it, should human beings focus a metric fuck ton on training their lower back? The answer is yes, absolutely. Every human being on the face of the earth should do tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of low back work. There's your answer. Let's disregard all that other stuff. How's that? Hi, Jason. Haven't been watching the streams lately. Hope you're doing good. I have a question. What are your thoughts on walking with a weight vest to the store? Is there any benefits? King Bruce, you've got to be joking because you know I do this. Come on. I tell you guys I do it. I put up pictures of me doing it on social media. So here's the answer to the question. The answer is no. I do it because it doesn't have any benefits at all, man. There's no good benefits. That's why I do it every day. Now, hello, coach. I hope you're doing great today. Is doing 5x10 pendlay rows, 5x10 chin-ups, and 5x10 incline dumbbell curls on a weekly basis enough to make biceps grow? Yes. I'll shorten your question, Darko. Is doing 5 challenging sets of 10 on chin-ups every week enough to make biceps grow? The answer for most people, yes. Not super big on incline curls, to be honest with you. these days. I don't know. I don't think they bring that. I know I've historically liked them. My arms didn't get bigger when I did tons of them. Do you ever see yourself doing a high specificity RPE based full body program? No. No. Is active stretching before max effort lower body necessary? No. We should not stretch before you lift. We could debate if you should stretch at all. Do not do stretching before max effort work. You will impede performance. How do you stay motivated? Discipline. I'm not motivated, y'all. I have videos. If you do a channel search discussing, type in the word discipline or motivation. I have whole videos discussing that. We cannot rely on motivation. By the way, there's 2 of you watching for every like. Click the like, guys. Get those likes up. Come on. Engagements, likes. There we go. There was another one. Come on. A few more. Click the button. You guys can do it. Reach over, take the mouse. There you go. All right. Fantastic. Hi, Jason. I'm doing a cut to lose fat. Well, it's usually why we cut. But my max sets are dropping. Maybe I'm cutting too fast. Yes, you're cutting too fast. Or is my protein? Maybe I'm only getting 0.5 grams per pound. Oh, yeah, dude. David, eat more protein, cut slower. You're messing this all up. Like, David, come on. If you watch my channel, you know you're doing it wrong. Up the protein. Cut slower. Add more steps in. A little more GPP, whatever you need to do. Cut slower, though. Which body part for you is the most boring to train? Probably biceps. Biceps are fucking stupid. You got better at this live stream stuff, Jason. Thank you. Bitcoin and barbells. Now, that's an interesting combination. Do you train on an empty stomach? No, never. Ever, ever, ever. Michael, the research tells you not to train on an empty stomach. Study after study after study after study after study after study shows it inhibits performance. Eat before you train. Not saying you need to eat something that's going to make you sick to your stomach, but you need to eat before you train. And we got a donation asking a question. I asked this question yesterday about mixing sugar with honey with my yogurt versus just honey. Could you elaborate on that? I'm going to say do not mix table sugar. There's probably no reason for you to add table sugar to anything. Honey has actual health benefits, particularly the raw honey. There's antioxidants in it. It's prebiotic. Okay. Do honey. You don't need to add sugar. That would be my recommendation. Stretching is important, though, for tight muscles causing pain and balance is shown. The research says it isn't. That is make-believe, fairy tale stuff. I'm a boxer, and I don't know how lifting workouts can get a week on top of my boxing. If I do full body, if I don't know, can hit the gym. Run conjugate, bro. I can't give you recommendations for that virus because it affects everyone different. What forums would you choose just for good info on PEDs? I don't know. Look around, read studies. Make sure you read lots of studies before you go look at forums. That would be my advice, because if you're not reading studies, you're going to go to forums and hear how toxic Anadrol is, right? And the studies say it's not. It's a weird bodybuilder myth, right? Go look at the clinical trials. You can mega dose it as long as you don't drink alcohol at all. You have to drink zero. You got to be 100% sober. Have you heard of Caracross Grizzly? Of course I have. I'm just not interested in it. Jason, do you know about Lumen, and do you think it will improve our metabolic knowledge and workouts? No, I don't know what it is. Is there such thing as too wide a squat stance? My stance is basically as wide as the rack allows. I'm 6'1" and struggle to get good depth otherwise. Should I try to narrow my stance? If you get the best depth with that ultra wide stance, then by all means, knock it out. Wider is usually better unless it prevents you from getting deep, okay? Unless it inhibits depth. In your case, it doesn't. No, dude, go wide. Is 3x5 style training better than 5-3-1 for novice lifters looking to make for ranked novices? Probably 5-3-1 for later novices is fine. Have you noticed food tastes better now that you've gotten significantly leaner? Casper, all food is delicious. I don't know what you mean. Completely unseasoned chicken breast and steak taste amazing, and they have whether I was fat or lean. Plain yogurt tastes great. Normal fruit tastes amazing, and it always has. There's a reason I've been 300 pounds and fat before, because food tastes amazing to me, even with no seasoning. So I don't know what you're talking about. Food always tastes great, unless it's something nasty like fish. All right. If I go to bed very late but still get 8 to 9 hours of sleep due to flexible working schedule, does it impede with my recovery? Shift work does impede recovery. We know that it doesn't give you the best sleep quality, but still it's better than not sleeping the full amount. Okay. And that's okay. I mean, you do what you have to do for your career. What is the best, your favorite pre-workout meal? Any sort of lower fiber carbs, white rice, fruit, watermelon, you know. King Bruce, I don't know what any of that is. I'm not even going to read it out because I don't know what it means. I took a week off and then was back to training just like after regular flu. My work capacity went to shit even though it went back eventually. Yeah, that's all that happened to me. I'm not going to discuss politics, Caleb, but I would personally vote for him. Are there benefits to focusing on lower and mid traps for pulling movements? And so what movements will help me build mine up? More pull-ups, wide grip pull-ups. Now, deadlift variations. What is the reason for squatting as wide as possible better? Just wondering. More muscles are involved. More muscles are involved, and it changes your moment arms. Because look at where the center of gravity is. Look, visualize it. Look at the center of gravity of the bar. You can move more weight, usually, potentially, and have more muscles involved unless your anatomy is a problem with it. Thanks for the reply, Coach, and for all the free advice you put out. Have a great day. We got more people watching, and the likes didn't go up significantly. You guys click that like button. Jason, should I program good mornings the same as a deadlift stance? If closer, should I use closer grip and stance? No, not necessarily. Good mornings need to be based on what you're trying to do with the good morning. Hi, Jason. I can't deadlift at the moment due to an injury. I'm in the process of getting lower back stronger with hypers, band good mornings, RDLs, etc. Still run conjugate as normal for squat and bench. Yep. I'm a boxer, but I need to move up at least 4 kilograms. Can I do a 5x5 like your beginner program? Only if you're a beginner. Otherwise, you need a more advanced program. I've noticed almost every guy on forum suggests you use an AI. I don't. The only AI I would ever condone you using is Aromacin. And if you say, what about Novadex? Or always say it lowers IGF-1. It might actually. So ultimately, if you need an AI, Aromacin is literally the only one I would recommend, because it doesn't lower IGF and it does not negatively impact lipids. All the others are garbage. They're poison. Don't put them in your body. Is it okay to consume 200 grams of protein from yogurt and whey along with 100 grams from mostly chicken and some beef? Yes. Have you been following the WFN stuff and watch Richard Rodriguez on Palumbo's channel? Sean, I haven't. And here's the funny part. I spoke with Richard Rodriguez for over an hour on the phone before. He and I talked years ago. I have had a personal, private voice conversation with the man. It was well over an hour long. Might have been 2 hours at one time. This was years ago. I'm staying out of all that drama, so I'm not watching it. You know, he seems like a decent guy to me. I'm favorable towards the guy, but I haven't been watching it because, man, I'm just trying to stay out of all that world and the drama. I'm trying to just focus on coaching and putting out information, you know. It's really what I'm doing with my life these days. And I just want to keep it that way, you know, and it's nothing personal against Richard. I actually found the guy likable. Coach, if you could give some advice to a young man / your younger self, what would it be? I don't even know, James. That's kind of hard for me to throw out on a live stream. Do you think shrugs could help the deadlift, or are they a bodybuilder exercise? I don't know. Maybe with the grip training. To be fair, I don't think shrugs are a bad exercise at all. I don't think you're going to get a lot of deadlift carryover. And if you just want to build the upper traps in that area, probably do some neck work. Thinking about training for a marathon, do you have any experience / advice? Yeah, but it's not that difficult. Marathons are not that hard. Just start running. Do you prepare all your meals in advance for the week? Nope, I do not. I cook my meals the same day I eat them. I don't meal prep. I'm thinking of signing up for one of those meal delivery services to see if it's worth the time savings. If your budget allows for it, it makes sense. Like if you have plenty of money and not a lot of time, those services make sense. Okay. If your budget is tighter, but you have some free time, they don't make sense. I mean, it's just like any other service. Since I don't have a GHR or leg curls in my home gym, my only option for hamstrings or deadlifts are good mornings, which would be better choice for the hamstrings, specifically RDLs or GMs. Both. I like GMs though, overall. You can also do high rep banded hamstring curls with bands. Hi, Jason. I've been ill for the last 3 weeks. Got back to the gym today, but felt lightheaded during my big lifts. Is this usual, or should I take another way? No, get in and train. Just go easier. Does the NoFap improve performance? No, but if it helps you with porn addiction, that is a good thing. I appreciate the donation, Vapor. Subscriber since the Juggernaut and Ice Cream Fitness Days. Appreciate for all the content and informative videos, Coach. You know what? I thank you for being a supporter all those years, even through my own dark times when I made a lot of mistakes, that I made and have admitted to. I did some really stupid stuff a number of years ago in the middle of some of this. And I appreciate you sticking through it as a fan. And I appreciate your donation, brother. Do you think 525 test is okay for a 40-year-old? Went up from 475 last year, but my sleep is better. Bro, a 525 nanogram per deciliter at 40 years old is phenomenal. Do you understand that, JJ? That's phenomenal. That's not okay. It's fantastic. Do you believe that protein overfeeding with high carb, low fat is ideal for bulking, assuming appetite is not an issue? Always you define protein overfeeding, 3.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. Carlos, I'm going to go with yes all the way through, but the appetite is the problem for a lot of people. Okay, good. I'm glad I have some Aromas on hand, but would only use it every 72 hours. Yeah, keep the dose low. You don't need a lot of it. Is it best to do core in the beginning or end of training at the end? To fix lower back weak link and deadlift, would you advise doing good mornings or back raises, hyperextensions? Possibly both. I love the reverse hyper if you have access to. I recently became a trucker. Will sitting long hours a day still be unhealthy even if I work out and eat clean? Yes, shown. Work on your hamstring mobility. Good mornings, and take a mini band with you while you're driving your truck and get out and do high rep banded good mornings with it. That will help you a lot. Are you doing no fat? No, I don't believe in any of that. The 100% of the benefits from the no fat are purely from getting people off of porn, the porn addiction. And I don't watch porn, so it's not an issue for me. Would hiking be better than regular cardio or a mix of both? They're both fine. King Bruce, it doesn't matter. Don't worry a lot about rest times on your core work. Is it worth trying to lose over 1% of your body weight while cutting? Yes, possibly. Has all that fat bar work built your forearms? I think it's helped. You guys can see them better when I'm in the gym pump and they look veinier. Right now I'm chilling and resting, so my veins are all dropped down. I had them when I was walking to the store earlier, though. Walked to Costco twice today in my weight vest. I've noticed EMA does 60. Oh, Emma. Yeah, because Emma's running a different program. Marco, she's on Conjugate. She's not doing some of the other stuff that they're doing. Also, she's a woman. A lot of my Conjugate people rerun about 60% for their 10s, for their 5x10. By the way, you'll notice that. I have more Conjugate vlogs coming. I have a ton of clients on Conjugate. Most of them haven't vlogged. Now I've got some of them who want to vlog. And even Isaac is going to go over and we're going to mess with it. Once he gets through this whole baby thing, Isaac is, if you guys see, he is now officially a father this week. So we're deloading this week so he can recover, spend time with his baby. All right. We get any other questions? We have about 10 minutes before I wind this down. Let's get some more questions. Let's get some questions. Come on, guys. There's a bunch of you watching. There's some of you hit the timer. Y'all been busy talking about UFC back and forth. There's nobody posted. There we go. How much of your squat should your good morning max be? Man, now that's a point of contention. You know, if I went with Wendler's ideas, I'd say low, but I don't know. I kind of feel like drifting back towards my old stance that if you're going to push the good morning, push it hard. It needs to be pretty close to your squat. You know, that's what I think. How do you feel about 2-day splits for a busy worker? Josh, I don't understand your question. Ask it a different way. I don't know what a 2-day split means. Be specific. Should the bar scrape your shins on the RDL? Feel it better and more in my hams if it's an inch or so away? No, it shouldn't quite scrape. It should be just a little bit in front. How much does weightlifting affect punching power? Tremendously. Hey, Jason, is trend use common in powerlifting? Extremely. How much in pounds can Emma bench press? She has pause benched 150. She's done some variations with 155, but Vanessa, we've shown her on camera, right? There are clips of her doing 150 with a pause, right? That's what her bench is right now, which is, you know, right around what she weighs. Our goal, if we long term, we want to get her to like 180, 185 as a lifetime goal, but that's going to take some years. That is going to take some years. Do you recommend neutral grip dumbbell presses? Sometimes a regular grip feels rough on the shoulders. Yeah, I don't do the elbows flare. I recommend pronating them in personally. Do you train your abs every day? Not necessarily every day, Marco, but a few days a week. Yeah. Do you get weird stares when walking to Costco with a weight vest on? Not that you should care. James, everyone's used to me doing it. They all know who I am. And I've had strangers approach me and laugh about it, talk to me about it. I don't get weird stares. I get weird stares anyways, dude. I don't look like a normal guy walking down the street. Let's be honest. Look at my stats. Okay. Context. But I get people who will come over and talk to me about it. So not a big deal. I know you don't advocate it, but can you still make 90% of your possible gains with minimalist training? Probably. Does watching porn really hurt you? I believe it does. Yeah, I believe it's bad for you. And there's research on that. It's not good for your brain, dude. Are there actual benefits to deep tissue massage besides relaxation? No, it's mostly relaxation. But shown, relaxation's worth a lot, man. From a recovery, psychological, physical, hormonal, relaxation is a powerful thing. Any point in competing and aiming for greatness if Natty considered the industry being saturated by PEDs? I guess that's up to you. Your favorite oblique exercises, I don't really worry about them specifically. Hey, Jason, would many exercises on one body part like chest, fly, bench, etc., or should you do more sets with less exercise? I don't think you need flies. How would you recommend someone who has significantly retained trouble years off come back to training? A very basic program for 3 weeks and then run into an intermediate program. That's how I usually do it, even with clients who come to me with that. 2 lifts a week. Yes. How should I split it up? Full bodies or should it? I don't know, Josh. Maybe an upper lower. Maybe an upper lower. If you wanted to do that, if you're only going to train twice a week, I don't think it's ideal. Apparently, there is no safe dose for alcohol consumption. Does that mean that even one drink potentially causes harm in some part? Yes, Marco, that is what the research shows, that one drink a week can have a mild negative effect on your health. There is no safe amount of alcohol. I have not had a drink in over 3 years. I am completely sober now. That is one reason certain things are different with my own outlook and what I do. At the times when I was doing the stupidest stuff on my channel, I was drinking pretty heavily at that time. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was drinking pretty heavily, and that influenced me to do some of the stupid stuff I did. But I'm over 3 years sober. I plan on staying completely sober the rest of my life. But yeah, there is no safe quantity. Do Pendlay rows and inverted rows build brachioradialis muscle, or would hammer curls be preferred for that? All of them build it. Those build it. Hammer curls can help. A good one, if you do GBP, is side toss med ball slams. Don't worry about that. Thoughts on winning doing 100 lat pull downs before main lifts on pressing day? I don't think that's necessary. I don't even know that it's beneficial. I mean, Winning does a lot of his warm up stuff, and I kind of understand somewhat why he does it. I'm just not a fan. That's one of the things I don't agree with Winning on, and I overall am favorable towards Winning's work. So when I say that, people will say, "Oh, you're crapping on Winning." No, I like Winning. I think he's a very smart guy, and I think he has a lot of knowledge. His warm-up stuff is not something I agree on. And people can say, "Well, he's stronger than you, so maybe you're wrong." Well, okay. I don't think there's any benefit to it. And I think there are some potential negatives. Any point using a different bar for good mornings if your shoulders and elbows are fine? With a straight bar, my gym has a SSB and McDonald bar. I mean, not necessarily, but it will help keep them a little healthier if you rotate those bars in. Were you binge drinking daily or just casually on the weekends? Michael, I did have nights where I randomly got drunk, and I was drinking every day during that time. I mean, I wasn't necessarily getting drunk, but I was definitely drinking some every day through kind of that period of time, which is not good. It's not good at all. Can you clarify what winning percentages you use for lower and upper? I vary them. I don't necessarily follow them because I prefer to keep the chains and bands even heavier. But for a lot of my lifters, 25 and 25. Like a lot of my lifters, I like to run them as a baseline, and then if we may adjust it from there, 25% straight weight, 25% accommodating resistance. And I think that's pretty similar to Winning's ideas. And it's not about using his exact percentages. It's understanding the philosophy and why he does it that way. That's the difference. Any advice for tendonitis on the elbows, high rep band press downs? Any benefits to lat pull downs if I can do pull-ups? We could argue that, AV, but I'm going to say mostly just the pull-ups. Ever heard of a gentleman split? Isn't that something made up by one of my haters, Greg? So are you wanting to get banned? That's my understanding, that someone explained to me that is a term created by one of my weird-ass psycho-obsessed haters who I've never seen any of his videos. So, Greg, you tell me, do I need to ban you for being a troll? I'm asking you. Congrats on 3 years sobriety. Thank you. Is your philosophy of training mainly strength focused? Yes, but I believe that work capacity and conditioning are important for strength. And I don't believe the research 100% fully supports me in every way possible that maximizing hypertrophy is key to maximizing strength also. So how's that? That's not a point of debate anymore in exercise science. All right. We're going to wind this down in a minute. Let me see if there's any other good. When should you start wearing a belt, novice, intermediate? As soon as you learn how to brace your core and you want to buy a belt. That's when you should get a belt. All right. I think we've reached that time, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wind this down. I hope it has been informative. I love all of you guys. And I will talk to you next time. Rami, I'm going to ban you on the way out for even knowing who Jason Genova is. You're a weirdo. You don't need to be talking about Genova. You're banned for life. Bye. All right. And I'll talk to you guys next time.